What's up everyone? Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Today we're going to be taking a look at Polygon and its recent price action, along with some talk about news and fundamentals, and with a price prediction for the short and the long term as well. Before we begin, we'd just like to say thank you so much to everyone for your continued support, your likes and subscribers, Patreon and YouTube members, and all your amazing comments and sharing. We appreciate you all so much at the channel. I've been growing incredibly fast recently, so thank you to all of you. We're just past 8,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing, so thank you so much. If you want to support the channel, please like and subscribe so you don't miss any videos, and turn on bell notifications as well. We're posting 4 videos per day, so come back every day for daily updates and analysis. In any instance, you can sign up to our free Telegram via the description. This is not financial advice. Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Let's begin. So as we can quite clearly see, Polygon has been on an absolute tear recently. In the past day or so, it's quite obvious that Polygon has been performing extremely well. We actually put out a video yesterday saying that Polygon could potentially reach $2 in the next few days, depending on the pump that it continues to get, off the back of what seems to be somewhat of a bounce for Bitcoin and the wider market. And as we can quite clearly see here, we did actually come up and almost touch $2. $2 is around here, so we very nearly came up and wicked to touch it, but obviously a strong amount of selling resistance here, as we can see at $2, and the price action has actually been coming back down. It actually wicked down as low as back to this 150 level here, but there seems to be quite a lot of buying pressure here as well. If we just take a look at the EMAs, you can quite clearly see that the last time that that we flipped all the EMAs bullish was back here. Let me just find where I was looking. Yeah, so basically it was around here in May, where we're around 75 cents here. As you can see, we did actually get a little bit of bearish price action for a while. Couldn't get really above the EMAs. We were bouncing off them. Then we did actually get a good amount of price action to the upside. As you can see, when the 20 EMA is on top, the golden one, and the red EMA, the 50 is on the bottom, that's good for the bullish price action. As we can see, each time that we came back below all the EMAs, we did actually bounce back up very nicely. We've basically kept the gold EMA on top, even with this choppy price action here. The red EMA still on the bottom, and then boom, massive rip to the upside. We've gone way past and above the EMAs here, as you can quite clearly see. Basically came back down, consolidated, bounced around in the EMAs again, but still kept them bullish. There was no crossing of the 20 and the 50 at all. And as you can see, another crazy rip to the upside. Quite clear to see here. Very crazy upwards price action, as we can see. Let me just get rid of all these lines because they do get annoying and not very clear. But then obviously the market-wide correction that we saw, we basically got the flip, as we can see here, the cross, as it were, of the EMAs, the death cross, as many people call it, the cross of the EMAs here, and then we saw the red basically on the top, which is which is bearish basically. When the 50 is on the top, that means things are bearish with the 20 underneath. So once we got this flip here, when we had the first big move to the downside, this is obviously very bearish. We did actually come back above all the EMAs on a very nice bounce here. But as you can see, this channel that we outlined has been acting as resistance this whole time. And once the red 50 EMA was on top, we've actually been basically falling. We haven't even been able to break the 20 EMA as we were going down. And then we bottomed out at around 75 cents here. And this is where we got to yesterday when we were talking about our price analysis. But we actually did see some very bullish things from what we could see from the charts yesterday, which was we actually did get a nice bounce all the way through all the EMAs, and we actually broke out of this descending wedge, which we outlined as well, which was also very bullish for continuation to the upside. And obviously with the huge amount of demand and volatility that we've seen with Polygon recently, as we can see, it would be no surprise to anyone that a huge pump on the bounce would be likely for Polygon, considering how much it's been pumping recently. And another bullish thing that we saw was that we actually got back above this blue macro trend line that we saw here. So it's very likely that Polygon was extremely oversold in these areas. And obviously it seems like there was a massive amount of demand for Polygon under $1, because if you look, this is around the $1 level. We came down for a few hours, but we bounced very hard to the upside. And we actually bounced from around 75 cents all the way to almost $2 in one day. When I checked CoinMarketCap yesterday evening, Polygon was up 110% yesterday, which is an absolutely insane bounce. So congratulations to anyone who bought that or traded that. That's an amazing, very nice gain there. So as we can see today, we're having a bit of a cooling off period for the bounce that we've seen. Bitcoin is pulling back a little bit just to retest some of the supports and structures that it's had previously. And the market is still being led by Bitcoin, make no mistake about it. There does seem as though there might maybe some manipulation still circulating around, and more information is actually coming out about potential manipulation in the market, which is obviously very disconcerting to hear. And hopefully we can actually see some more bullish price action in the near future for the whole market, because honestly, we're no different to you guys. We want to see the prices going up, obviously. So all this manipulation, massive downside movements is not nice to see. And we're just the same as everyone else. We're bullish on the crypto space in general. We don't think the bull run is over by any stretch. It's just been manipulated quite heavily recently. And it seems to us that things are going to continue to the upside very, very soon. So just taking a look at Polygon today, well, basically what we can see here is we've had a really, really big pump. We've had some sideways motion for consolidation, and then the wider market has been somewhat correcting to the downside. Bitcoin's gone down by a few thousand. I think it's around 37.5K at the time of recording this video. So as we can see, we've had a bit of a correction to the downside. We're actually bouncing off the 34 EMA here, as we can see. This blue EMA is the 34, but everything's still looking bullish. Obviously, we would like to see it reclaim this 20 EMA. If we can keep above the 20, then it looks like we'd be very primed for continuation and maybe moving up like this. But obviously, it's very, very hard to tell, especially with Bitcoin largely leading the market right now. We really need to see Bitcoin have a very, very big, nice bounce, and maybe some more bullish news about Bitcoin as well. As most people will be aware, Elon Musk did tweet about Bitcoin, saying that he's had a meeting with North American miners to try and use more renewable energy. So that's been quite bullish for the crypto space in terms of just sentiment in the market. We're still in a period of extreme fear. So once we get out of this period, considering how well Polygon is bouncing currently, we can imagine that Polygon is probably going to continue to the upside in the next few weeks if we can get the bounce that we're looking for. So what we'd like to see for Polygon, it may come back down and retest this macro blue trend line that we've seen here. We don't think this is out of the realms of possibility, considering that Bitcoin could potentially still come back down and double test its bottom. So we could see potentially Polygon coming back down to the 120 here, or maybe even the $1 mark, just to retest some of these lows again before moving to the upside again. As we can see, it's using this previous swing low at around 150, which is a psychological level as well, as support currently. So we'll see how this plays out. We would like to see Polygon come back up, bounce off some of these EMAs. There's obviously the red EMAs at around 150 as well, so this would be considered strong support in our opinion. But we could see it break down if the wider market does continue to break down, as it has been in the past few hours. But we would like to see Polygon come back up, retest this $2 mark here, and if it retests this $2 mark, we could imagine it coming back up into this region here between $2 and the all-time high of 270, and maybe bouncing around a bit, maybe coming back down and retesting before continuing upwards. Obviously, it's so hard to tell at the minute because the market is just being led by Bitcoin. It depends what Bitcoin does, but things are looking very bullish for Polygon, and it has been recovering extremely well in comparison to most cryptos. For example, VeChain only gained around 10, 20 or 30% yesterday in comparison to Polygon, which has done it did around 110%, which is insane. Obviously you can see this bounce has been absolutely insane for Polygon, which is really, really bullish. It really does show the huge amount of demand for Polygon. So short-term price prediction, we would imagine that depending on what Bitcoin does, if it continues to go sideways or goes up a bit more, we could imagine it retesting this $2 mark. If Bitcoin goes down, we could see it breaking down maybe to 150, maybe to 120 on this support on this macro trend line, or maybe even $1 depending on how much the market does correct again. And long-term price targets, we do easily see Polygon throughout the remainder of the bull run easily getting to $10, because this is a project that is in huge demand. It's got a massive amount of use case, and it's getting more and more adoption all the time. It's got plenty of projects porting over to its network, and the fees are non-existent. So we're very bullish on Polygon on the channel, as you well know. Thank you all so much for watching. We'd like to thank everyone for watching. If you have any comments, questions or suggestions, please let us know down in the comment section below. Also, make sure to hit the like button, as it helps the channel out so much. So if you're a fan of the channel, please just hit the like button now. Currently, only 10% of viewers are subbed, and we'd love to see our community continue to grow more. So please hit the big red subscribe button. If you'd like to support the channel more directly, please sign up to our Patreon via the link in the description below, or sign up to YouTube membership by hitting the join button right next to the sub below this video, where you can get access to our private Discord. We're going to be offering a host of additional benefits, including coin calls, and the higher tiers gain one-to-one access to us personally, as well as a look at our personal portfolio, our daily research of cryptos with massive potential, and not to mention a 100x portfolio that we're currently constructing, so please take advantage of that there. Don't forget to get 2 free stocks with Webull by signing up and then depositing $100 using our link in the description below. You can quite literally deposit the $100, get your 2 free stocks and then withdraw the money, so there's no reason not to do that, and they could be valued all the way up to $1,600 each, but don't forget to actually deposit as well after signing up. You can also sign up to our free Telegram via the description as well. All the links are in the description for affiliate links for discounts and free crypto. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalists.